Twin Falls whispers, the canyon's deep call, Salt Lake shadow where the saints stood tall. Jackson Hole mornings, cold air bites my skin, Grand Tetons rising where the dreams begin. This is the place, the land we hold, faith and family, hearts of gold. Aspen quakes, old roots run wide, Rocky Mountain vibes, where the soul can't hide. Yellowstone's thunder, guys that scream the past, Sun Valley's quiet, where time moves fast. Shoshone voices, echoes on the breeze, Ute and Paiute stories carved in the trees. Pioneers carved paths in stone, built this land, made it their own. This is the place, the land we hold, faith and family, hearts of gold. Aspen quakes, old roots run wide, Rocky Mountain vibes, where the soul can't hide. Snake River winding, lifeline in the dust, man and beast drinking, in its flow we trust. Valleys and buds filled with dreams untold, this land's our story, a treasure to hold.
Stupid people should wear signs, neon bright, so we can find a way to dodge their tangled mess, avoid their chaos more, say less. Wear a sign, wear a sign, save me from your twisted line. Wear a sign, nada, nada, don't waste your time. Politicians dance and spin, blatant lies with a practiced grin. Blame the moon, blame the stars, blame the traffic or faulty cars. You think there's 6, not 35, playing games to stay alive.
That's not what you're supposed to be saying. There's something wrong with that. All right. Welcome back, program folks. Welcome back. Stupid people should wear signs. Wear a sign, wear a sign. Men, women, black, white, Christian, Muslim, celebrities, politicians, morons, one and all. Here's your sign. That's right. Stupid people should wear a sign. I hope you enjoyed that song. Put some time into that one this afternoon, and then found the right photographs to go along with it and sequenced it just right. Starting off with Sleepy Joe Biden and ended up with Dirty Dickie Durbin from Illinois, and all a bunch of morons in between, including J.D. Pritzker, Charlize Theron, Cyril Ramaphosa, and Fikele Mabalula, amongst others. Morons, one and all. Stupid people. Wear a sign, wear a sign. Hope you enjoyed that. The other song was Rocky Mountain Vibes. Also generated that tonight, earlier this evening, talking about heritage in the West, including homage to the Ute, the Paiute, and the Shoshone Indians. Yep. Welcome. I haven't seen that video of Ramaphosa saying that stuff. I haven't seen that, so I need to find that. Yeah, I need to change the title of my video because it ain't working. ANC damage if maculations blacklisted. I'm going to take that off. Oh, it's telling me it's an 87 score for that title, but no one's watching my video. I noticed that Ronaldo did a video on the same topic, and he's got 100,000 freaking views, and I'm barely crossing the 10,000. I haven't even crossed 10,000. Yeah, I just hit 10,000. Yeah, wow, what's the deal with that? My analysis is so much more insightful. The great cat is watching. Okay, Chris. Oh, yes, the cat that interrupted our briefing there. Cancer allowed Lady R in Simonstown. The rate almost immediately tanked. Wonder what the recent rate. Probably nothing, because the U.S. Budget situation. That's probably nothing's going to happen. Lorette loves both songs. Gee, so many familiar peeps here. Hey, Karen. Yeah, Discord dummies. Welcome to everybody tonight. How's it going? Wear a sign. Wear a sign. Yeah, those don't do well. That always messes up the algorithm for me. I put a video out that doesn't do very well, and then I get slammed. But you know what? It's a fun song, so I put it up there anyway. Just the same. Yep. Anyway. Get a little bummed out at the views lately. So anyway, but I'll survive. And once again, for like the 9th day in a row, I've gone over 112,700 subscribers. Watch YouTube take me back down below 700 before you know it. It happens every day. 3 times today I went over 700, and twice I've been brought back down below it. Yeah, it's just evil. It's frustrating. Anyway, when you get locked in a zone like this. But I'm grateful for the loyal viewers who are here. You guys are awesome. I mean, look at this. It is 11:10 at night on the East Coast, and there's 67 people here watching. That's pretty cool, actually. I mean, there was a time when we thought 69. Ooh, Ronaldo likes that number. There was a time when we were like excited to get 69 to 75 people show up in a broadcast for my news program. Today we had a good broadcast. We put a peak of over 600. Not what we were getting a while ago. We were getting 13 to 1,500 regularly before I went to England. My trip to England seems to put the kibosh on my stuff. But I don't know if it's YouTube's algorithm, YouTube changing things, people losing interest in YouTube, or maybe my content sucks. I mean, I have to consider that possibility too. Maybe my content just isn't appealing. I have to consider that possibility. That is always a possibility. All righty. So, working from the top down, we'll have a refugee on the program tomorrow, a recent arrival in the United States, living in Wisconsin. So, Mandy Van Rooyen, Karen Long, Sloth Puppy, Elmarie Mayer, Philip Holtz, Vilma Erasmus, all these OGs, man. Loretta Louise Duplessis, Gina Mullen, welcome to you. Mandy Van Rooyen. Dogzilla's here. Welcome from Seattle, Dogzilla. Keith Alderson. Dogzilla, I think you might have been the first person to watch that song, or watch that video. You might, well, you're the first to comment anyway. Karen Liebenberg, welcome to you. Mitten. Mariki Bezidenhout, AJ Quinn, Tunes Kutsia. Nix, Chris Ehlers is back again. Chris, lots of love for you on that video. People were very generous. It was very kind of them. Jenny Sprocket, interesting name. Michael Byrne, Martin Fundamava. Janet Liddy is in from South Carolina. I assume you're in South Carolina, Jen. Are you somewhere else now? You're always traveling. Emerencia Quinn, how's it going? Xavier Grayling's back, and so Asaf has made it safely through yet another night. So it's a very busy day for me, guys. Gosh, oh my gosh. I got up, so many things to do. I had to do security training for counterintelligence this morning, and then fill out a bunch of paperwork, and then scan the paperwork, and then send it off. I had to do a couple other things. I can't even remember what they were now. Did my broadcast, and I had to go into veterans organizations, spend a few hours in there dealing with a bunch of nonsense. From there, I came back briefly to the house and worked on that song. And then I had to go to a township meeting for planning and zoning commission sort of thing. So I went to that, and I testified there. And then I came back, and I got a little something to nosh on, and then I set up the stream, and here it is, 11 o'clock at night. The days just zip on by. Tomorrow we've got a FG, then the news coming after that. And then I think I might have time to catch my breath for the first time in donkey years after that. Maybe, just maybe. I'm sure something will pop up that I have to do. Yep, so there's always something. All right, and the audience is growing, 79. Thank you all for joining us this morning, this evening, wherever you find yourself. Sue TW, welcome to you. Vilma Erasmus. Ads, all these OGs, man. Cool, good to see the OGs back. Chris Ehlers. That kind of puts a kibosh on people are leaving because of FG talk. Maybe that isn't true. Maybe the people who want to be FGs are just leaving and not watching the program. Maybe that's the truth, and the OGs are pretty much sticking around. Although we have some newer folks that hang out here. There's Gerhard Vikas Sten. Welcome to you from Springs. Springs is where that child was shot in the head. Is that not true? East of Boksburg. Or is that what we're talking about, Springs? Does anybody know any information on that? I'd like to do that story to cover it because I understand that what's being reported in the press is not the truth. It wasn't a house robbery. It was simply an attempted murder of a child. That's what I've heard. I have nothing to corroborate that, so I'm not going to run that story until I get more information. Also, I will be interviewing a former member of the Zulu Scouts and the Gray Scouts from Rhodesia. So, yeah, that's going to be coming up probably next week. And a week after next, I'll probably have Kanthan Pillay back on the program. Also, Byron Shepard and I chatted while I was on the road, and we agreed to do another broadcast sometime soon, so I'm not sure when that'll happen. So I'm looking into that. Who else? Denise Bellingham, welcome to you. Joan Spence, Mr. QB is back. Linda Fundenest, Philip Holtz, Karen Lang. Okay. So, all right. Hey, CB, what's going on? J9, John Labrie, Alex 44066, interesting username. Primal Boars here. And I think I've caught everybody. If I missed anybody, it wasn't intentional. Karen Graham, I did just see you now. And Rebecca, I missed you. Phoenix too. So look, it's not a refugee thing, but we can talk about anything in these night streams. So I mean, it's open conversation. It's not a regular news program. We do mention some news just to keep the flow going, but I do want to address something here. I'm getting all kinds of messages from people telling me all kinds of bizarre stories regarding the refugee program. I got someone who claimed that they were rejected. I know of someone who was rejected, and I was sent the information, but they're rejected to help to do them a favor. They weren't really rejected. They were sent back a form, said, please fill this form out. They were arrogant and just sent in a form when they were told to say what the persecution was, and they put a one-sentence response in there, expecting that they're getting a free ride to America. It's not a free ride, folks. You have to be a person who's suffering from persecution. I don't know why that's so complicated to figure out. Take it seriously. So they whined and cried, screw Americans. You didn't follow simple instructions, and you got what you deserve. Now, either fill the damn form out properly or shut the hell up and sit down, or both. Also got people who have bizarre situations where they sent in something on a PRM email, or they sent in a statement of interest, and then a distant family member added them to their form. Why in the God's green acre would you do that? I don't understand why people are doing this stupid nonsense. Your brother is not your family. Your cousin is not your family. The people you like down the street who look like you are not your family. Okay? Oh, it's a zip code of Mentor, Ohio. Well, I thought it looked like a zip code. Oh, Alex, you must be in Ohio. Cool. Wow. Must be a South African living in Ohio. Perhaps even a refugee. So I don't know why people do what the hell they want to do. They don't listen. The form is very specific, the statement of interest, and I've been very clear from the very beginning. I've told people, like, for instance, you're not married. Your partner, the person you're doinking, is not your spouse. It's for families. You want to be a family? Become a family. No guarantee you're going with a partner. That doesn't work like that. Although there have been some loose latitude on that since then, but that's not what the law says. Anyway, I don't understand. So I'm getting all kinds of things, and some of them seem to be self-inflicted. Some of them seem to be quite confusing. I got one from somebody telling me that they were in the process, their family members in the process of getting processed by RSC, and then they got rejected, or their case was closed, and they were sent to the Amerikaners. RSC doesn't close cases. Amerikaners don't close cases. They have to provide that information to the Americans. So it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know if people are pulling my legs, or they're not listening, or they don't understand, or language is a barrier. But I'm hearing all kinds of things right now. And I'm not going to run stories on these things unless I can verify them. So I'm just, guys. Your cousin linked you, and she's the reason you got the call yesterday. Well, Sigi, that's not how it's supposed to work. So congratulations. Congratulations. That's not how it's supposed to work. Meantime, family members aren't getting phone calls because they're going out this way because people, I don't know how their statements of interest. Anyway, also, I don't understand people who, though they live in a place where they can't receive phone calls, and then they give their phone number. And then they write to me, someone called me and the call got disconnected. What am I supposed to do? Well, for starters, you shouldn't be giving people phone numbers that don't work. I don't understand. I don't understand. Lutopi, I mean, a lot of cases, a lot of people, a lot. I mean, I can't get through email. I answered 40 emails before this broadcast. And that's just a start for part of today. Yeah, Hasigi, I don't understand how that works. Cousin is not your family. Your family is your immediate family. That's why, when people were putting down your parents, I said every adult's got to put one together or put their own statement of interest in. Anyway, look, I'm not here to complain about refugees. Refugees are complaining to me, so I'm just saying that a lot of this doesn't make sense. There's this whole program, a lot of things don't make sense. I've been right at my analysis about pretty much everything in this program, but it's a miracle given how now they're just doing things willy-nilly. It's pretty crazy. During our team's interviewer said that my daughter's case, married with infant, must be a link to ours. Also, she filled a statement of interest, but he could not find it, was lost. How does it get lost? That's bizarre, Lana. I mean, your daughter is married with an infant, and anyway, yeah. Boy, that got shot. I sent details. Thank you, Hannes. On my my ex account. I don't, dude. I don't use my ex account. I hate Twitter. Twitter's a cesspool of leftist hate wankers. I haven't been in Twitter. Well, I was on it when I was on a plane just to keep busy. Okay, I don't want to post something. I just want to go to my account. Messages, okay? 5 message requests from people you may know. Okay, see, that's the problem. I don't know these people. So, who sent this to me? Hannes. There's no Hannes. There's nothing here. Nope. I have a bunch of messages in X that I don't even answer email here. All these people, I don't even know who these people are. Wow. Some people don't understand, when they don't hear responses. Well, I mean, you guys are writing to me in 19 different ways. And I've asked people one way to write to me. One way. And that way is this channel, email address. Speaking of which, statement of interest. Site doesn't give you the opportunity to state your claim. Yeah, you're right. I responded to somebody earlier. I was tired, and they're right. I believe the site might be down to the U.S. Congress not agreeing to budgets. Am I wrong? No, I think you're wrong. Because although it makes sense, but I went there. I was just on the site. I could fill it in. So I think you're wrong. I just went and double checked to see what entries were. They don't give you a chance to put information in. It just goes in the computer. The only reason it would be turned off is that the servers were turned off. There's no reason to turn the servers off because, if I'm not mistaken, those servers are Google servers. So why would it be turned off? They're not maintaining anything. The data just flows into it. They might not be pulling data out of it right now. You might be correct about that, Mr. QB. But as far as statements of interest being submitted, you can still submit. I can submit one right now. Of course, I'm not a South African, so I'd just be clogging up the system. The Amerikaners and RSC are operating under funding that's already been approved and being planned out. So I don't know. See, Doug, so this is why everybody hates you. Why won't Trump keep the American government running? Because he doesn't have any authorization. Congress is not giving him a bill, genius. Do you not understand civics, Dogzilla? I realize, I believe you're South African, right? Living in America. Maybe that's why you don't understand civics. But I got the impression you've been living here a long time. And if you want to live in our country, you should learn our laws and learn our civics and learn about it. So let me give you a little education, Dogzilla. The president can't run the country without a bill that comes from the House and Senate for him to sign. Without authorization from Congress, the executive branch can't spend money. What is so hard for you to understand about that, Dogzilla? Donald Trump has no say over whether the government's running or not. Congress holds the keys to the purse. Have you never heard that phrase? Donald Trump isn't doing anything to keep the government from running. The morons of the Democratic Party in the Senate are keeping the government from running. The House passed the bill. The Senate refuses because not Mitch McConnell, they're the same. Chucky Schumer, the Crypt Keeper, refuses to vote for a clean bill. Don't blame Donald Trump. You're like those idiots out there at freaking the craters of the moon. Oh, yeah, the visitor center's closed because Orange Man bad. Oh, shut up, you retards. You don't know anything about this country. I'm pretending like I'm talking to those fools who are out there in Idaho. Yeah, why won't Trump? Is it about trying to hurt Americans' health care benefits? That is the stupidest thing ever. The stupidest thing ever. The stupidest thing ever. What health care benefits is Donald Trump hurting? Please, please, Dogzilla, enlighten us with the health care benefits that Donald Trump is blocking. Are you laughing because you think you've got me all excited here? I'm not. I'm just having fun. So please enlighten us with your brilliance. I love to hear from smart people. So tell us how Donald Trump is stopping health care. I just received a letter from VA. From the Veterans Administration. I thought the government was shut down. Dear veteran, the Veterans Health Administration is pleased to provide you with information on how to obtain a copy of your Notice of Privacy Practices information bulletins, and also talks about distributions, privacy complaints, and my medical records. From Stefania Griffin, VHA Chief Privacy Officer. Dated 30 September. Funny. Somebody's working in the government. My one married daughter and her husband applied together. My other daughter applied separately, although they all live together. That's how we understood. Jules, that's how it's supposed to be done. That's what the U.S. government said to do. So I don't understand what's going on now. Some strange things happening, or people are telling me fairy tales. I don't think they're fairy tales. I think there's just some strange things going on. Landlord's wife put in one for him and his kids by previous marriage, her daughter and son-in-law, mostly based on some of them being attacked. Still no contact, waiting patiently. The Dems seem to be trying to keep health care benefits for Americans. No, they're not. They're not for Americans, genius. They want benefits for illegal aliens. They're not Americans. They're not Americans. What more important is the function of the government have health care? Show me in the Constitution where the government's responsible for health care. Please, Dogzilla, show me in the Constitution where health care is mentioned. Where? It doesn't exist. It's not the role of government to provide health care. That's what a leftist socialist believes. You should go back to South Africa. They got national health insurance coming. Government has no role in health care. That's stupid. That's moronic. That's oppressive. The only role the government has is security, national defense. It's right here in the Constitution. Right here. To secure the blessings of liberty. Yes, the government has no role in health care. The government has usurped that from the citizenry. Exactly, our government will provide. I don't think so. See, you expose yourself, Dogzilla. I mean, you're really clueless. I mean, I hope you're not in the process of becoming an American, because we don't need another dumb American saying stupid stuff like that. It's not the role of the government to provide health care. That is not the role of the government. That's the dream of socialists and the misery of Americans. Government provide health care. That's why I can't walk, because of government provide health care. Crappy government provide health care for active duty military. That's the shitty care I got. Now I can't walk anymore. So, yay, government health care. The most important job of the government. No, it's not. National defense is the most important role of the government. That's the purpose of a government. The government's job is to ensure a level playing field so that no one can cheat someone else. That's the role. Now, your sentence is just making no sense now. Congress passed what health care should be. No. Again, you don't understand civics. The House, the Senate agree on a bill, which they send to the chief executive. The president can veto that. So yes, the president does have the right to overrule what Congress says. That's how the system works. This is basic civics. I'm about to put on, I have to start playing Schoolhouse Rock on here at night. I'm just a bill sitting on Capitol Hill. Of course the president overrides them. That's his prerogative. And they have the right to override him by 2/3 majority in both houses. So if the president vetoes a bill, Congress can override him. For instance, Ronald Reagan vetoed the sanctions bill against South Africa in 1984. or 86, 84. Congress overrode his veto, and it became law. So you really have no idea how this country runs. You see how people come here and leech off our society and live here and know nothing about this country, know nothing about it, and then dictate to us how we're supposed to live our lives. Even if the reps manage to cut health care, you and I will not benefit from it. Dogzilla, I'm not going to entertain this stuff any much longer here. That doesn't even make sense, that sentence. Colonel, you're 100% correct. U.S. is not South African. South Africa's central socialist government have attempted to control all. That's correct. House passed, fuck all that helps me. Pay, get health care, don't get fuck all. Yep, you're right. Yes, I think that Dogzilla needs the cultural orientation that the refugees get. Civics. Let's just do a little civics lesson here, okay? Wow. Well, Dogzilla, thank you for opening up the door for me to talk about things like this. I enjoy it. So, 3 co-equal. Create co-equal branches of government. Let's see if I can find a chart for that. Images. There you go. There you go. Okay, let's see which one of these will work really well. I think that one might work. That's not a good one. Oh, here we go. Okay, here you go. So, legislative makes laws, approves presidential appointments, 2 senators from each state, and the number of congressmen based on population. The executive branch signs the laws, vetoes laws, pardons people, appoints federal judges, and is elected every 4 years. And of course, the judicial branch decides whether laws are constitutional, and they are appointed by the president. There are currently 9 justices, and they can overturn rulings by other judges. Yes. Co-equal branches. They all have checks and balances against each other. The president can reject a law written by Congress. The Congress can override his veto. The president appoints members of the judicial branch. That can be negated by the Senate. The president negotiates treaties, but they don't mean anything. The Paris Climate Accord was never a treaty. We're never a party to it. We illegally acted as if we were a party to it and illegally used the Paris Climate Accord to damage this country under Barack Hussein Obama and Joseph Robinette Bonehead Biden. But we were never members of the Paris Treaty. The Senate never ratified it. It's like SALT II, the Strategic Arms Limitation Talks. We never were a party to it. We followed it because we decided to, but we never were a signatory to the treaty. We're not a signatory to the Paris Climate Accord. We've never been a signatory to it. Barack Obama can't go to Paris and decide that we're a signatory to it. He tried to claim it wasn't a treaty. It is a treaty. It limited our sovereignty. Therefore, it was a treaty. Things that limit our sovereignty by an external actor are treaties. Barack Obama illegally applied the treaty that didn't exist to this country and got away with it. So did Joe Biden. So the judicial branch can declare laws written by Congress, signed by the president, as unconstitutional. And that's their check and balance. The Congress controls the purse strings. Purse strings, excuse me, not springs. Purse strings. So Congress writes the laws. They pass the budget. President can't do anything without a budget. Now, he has an obligation to craft the budget, give it to Congress, but it's up to Congress to write the law. And the law is what allows a budget. That's how things work, folks. That's how things work. It's not rocket science, but apparently we need to give civics lessons to people. They will not cut your taxes is all I'm saying. Well, no, they're not going to cut my taxes. I'm not asking them to cut my taxes. I'm asking them to pass a budget. It would be beyond not embarrassing to have a budget passed in a fiscal year before the next one starts. But that hasn't happened since I've been an adult. They're useless. They're useless turds in Washington, D.C. Children did, however, study via USA-based school. Our government interferes with health care, but that goes in their own pockets. I have a TP example for, I don't know what that is. Stay off the weed. There are no big fears about what's going on in healthcare. This is a fabricated story by the media. There are no fears. I've interacted with over 120 people the past 2 days. Not one of them has said, "Oh my God, Chris, I'm going to lose my health care." By the way, most of them are old farts living off on Medicare. None of them worried about that. Nothing changes. Nobody's worried about health care. That's fiction. That's a fantasy driven fear-mongering by the Democrats. Only political operatives are worried about that health care thing. Shawnee says there's a lot of talk in my state. Well, what, in the media, Shawnee? But you live in Minnesota. It's a socialist paradise. Be honest. You're a great person, but you live in a crap hole. I'm sorry. The Farmers Workers Party? Who the hell is a Farmers Workers Party? Communist? Sorry, Shawnee. I couldn't resist that one. Healthcare cuts are serious for tens of millions. No, they're not. There are no cuts. There are no cuts. There are no cuts. How can there be a cut, genius? How can there be a cut? You have to pass a law to cut that. There's no law here. See, this is what the left does. People fall for it. Oh my God, Donald Trump is cutting healthcare. No, he's not. No, he's not. He just wants to continue the government at the current level of funding. $7.5 billion or $1 trillion per year. The current level. How is that a cut? That's no cut. No cut whatsoever. These are just lies by leftists. Show me the cuts. Show me the cuts. They don't exist. It's fiction. It's like Cyril Ramaphosa. Oh, I've never seen this. Mr. President, did they tell you where this is? It's in South Africa, genius. There's no such thing. There's no cuts. It's fiction. 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 Tell me the cuts. Tell me the cuts. Tell me where to find the cuts. There are no cuts. It's a lie. The president doesn't want to increase spending. That's the difference. The Democrats live in a world where they've already increased spending. That's the world they live in. So, for instance, when they project the future budget and they lie to us, they say, oh, we've cut the budget by 10%. No, you didn't. You increased it by 40 and then cut 10% out and said, oh, we've had 10% cut. That's not a cut. Last year it was $2 trillion. Now it's $2.4 trillion. That is not a cut. Amy Klobuchar. Enough said. She's a genius. She's a genius. There are no cuts. Only change to people that earn over $120,000 a year don't get Medicaid, which is fair. Actually, it's not fair, Sigi. That's not fair if that's true. That's not true. That's not fair. Because people made over $120,000 paid in to that system. They paid into it. We all give. I pay 18% of my income to that crap. 13%, 12.5% to Social Security, and then the rest goes to Medicare and Medicaid. So it's not fair to cut anyone out. I shouldn't be paying those taxes if I can't use the system. Anyway, yeah. So 3 co-equal branches of government. That's how it works, folks. President Trump has nothing to do with the shutdown. But what he's doing during the shutdown is getting rid of dead wood. Oh, yeah. He's got the axe out. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a song. Oh, that's a song, man. There we go. Cutting away dead wood. There you go. I just keep coming up with these songs, man. Okay, I'm going to make a note of that. So I'm going to put it in here, but we'll do it for later. I need a place to write this. A new window. Cutting away dead wood. Trump is trimming the bloat. That's what the song's going to be. Now, I don't know if it'll let me put it in there, but Trump is trimming the bloat. That'll be the song for later on. My conversation makes sense. The U.S. bill only gets passed when there is a consensus. Not like here in South Africa, we get super surprised. The Affordable Care Act has not been ended. It wasn't ended during Trump's first term. It should be ended. It's an abomination. It's a usurpation of the economy. It is a violation of the tenets of the Constitution. There is not a single authority in here granting the government the power to invade the healthcare marketplace. Or the housing marketplace, for that matter. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are fraudulent organizations, as is the Consumer Financial Protection Agency. These are all growth of illicit, illegal, unconstitutional activities. They have no business in this country. Well, Dogzilla does have a point. AOC does say some things that are worth listening to. I mean, guys, have you checked out her booty? She's super hottie. Woo! Woo! You know, Republicans all want to knock boots with her. Now, look, I got to fess up. I got a thing for AOC. She's a hottie. Ooh, man, I'm telling you, she is smoking hot. Yeah, after 7 liters of beer, I find her very attractive. She's got that permatan, that sweet, sweet permatan. That beautiful jet black hair, straight and long, and that perfect little nose. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, she's such a smoking hottie. And you know, Republicans just want to date her. We all want to date her. She's so good with her makeup on, man. Look at that. Oh, look at it. Look, she looks so hot. Hot. Me soul on fire saying hot, hot, hot. AOC, my crush, my secret crush. Shh, don't tell anybody. I can't let them know. They'll throw me out of the Republican Party. Oh my goodness. Chris Ehlers, I wouldn't touch her with what I don't have. Oh, that's the funniest line of the night, man. You're right, beauty does fade. In her case, it faded at the age of 16. She's gotten chunky, is right. Well, that's probably because she's knocked up. I don't know. I don't care. My point is that, you know, just having fun with what Dogzilla said. I have never heard anything come out of that woman's mouth that made any sense whatsoever. She is dumb as a box of rocks. This woman prevented a multi-billion-dollar office building investment in her congressional district, which would have brought 15 to 25,000 jobs of people making 6 figures each working for Amazon. And she's a hero. Now, that's just the people working at Amazon, not to mention the houses they would have bought, the car dealerships they would have shopped at, the restaurants they would have attended, the theaters they would have gone to, the Mets games. Okay, let's be honest, they won't go to the Mets games, maybe the Yankees games. All of this, billions of dollars pissed down the drain by this idiot fighting this, oh my gosh. How idiots like this, the people in Queens deserve her. You're dumbasses. You deserve her. And Mamdani, you deserve him too. I hope you enjoy your Islamist fascist state of New York. It's just like London. Londonistan. New Yorkistan. I hope you enjoy it. Enjoy it. This is what happens when you let your country be invaded by people who don't share your values. Trump the lumberjack, hair like flame, chops dead wood. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that. That's relaxing positive energy. Let me put some of those lyrics in there. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Okay, where's my, there it is. Okay. Relaxing positive energy. There you go. That's pretty good. The close of the American mind. You mean the death of the American society. That's what we're talking about here. That's what we're talking about here. The death of the American society. ASC is the new blonde joke. Yeah. Richard Marchenko warned about this. Doesn't cover the first half of Rugby's game. Maybe first leader whiskey. Well, there are some hot Republican women. That Florida Congresswoman, Anna Paulina Luna, she's not bad looking. Yep. Yeah, anyway. No, see, I'm not serious. I find Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez mentally and physically repulsive. Not interested. Not even interested. I mean, not interested. No, Macron hasn't resigned, but he's in some deep kimchi. He's in a lot of trouble, Macron. Yep, he's in a lot of trouble. Right. So more deportees are arriving in the paradise of Swaziland, the Eswatini. That's right, folks. That's where they're headed. 11 more. The Eswatini government confirmed in a statement that 10, well, it's supposed to be 11, had arrived. Oh, and have barely been securely accommodated in one of the country's correctional facilities. Yay! Welcome to Matsapa Correctional Complex. I love that. Well, welcome to prison. Oh my goodness. A group of 10 migrants deported. No, they're not. No, stop, NBC. Oh, stop. You can't help yourself. NBC, you're frauds. You're absolute frauds. And I know you're frauds. I've gone to your headquarters at One Rockefeller Center. I've listened to your what do you call them? The news director. I was talking to your news director. I've listened to your on-air personalities lie through their rotten teeth about how you're objective. They're not migrants. They're convicted felons. They're also criminal alien invaders. They're not migrants. Not in any sense of the word migrants. They're the latest of more than 40 deportees, criminal alien invader convicted felons, sent to Africa since July after the Trump administration struck largely secretive agreements with at least 5 nations to take migrants. Stop calling them migrants. You're frauds, NBC. You're frauds. They're not migrants. These people should have their license for journalism revoked for lying to the public. They're not migrants. Migrants are legal. Migrants are legal. We have migrants come to California every year to pick vegetables on a visa. Then they go home. Those are migrants. Speaking of Macron, you were looking for information on Emmanuel Macron. Macron accepts the prime minister's resignation, then tasked him with emergency talks. He has no good cards left. He does have one good card, resignation, and appears to be playing for time as France's political and economic crisis escalates. The political crisis engulfing France is ascending into the theater of the absurd. On Monday morning, President Emmanuel Macron accepted the resignation of Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu, who lasted 27 days, and his ministers, who barely managed 14 hours. By evening, in a wild U-turn, Macron had tasked him with leading talks with the opposition to find a compromise to a crisis that is roiling French markets and the euro. The French president gave Lecornu, who is already his 5th prime minister since his re-election in 2022, one final shot to build a platform of action and stability by Wednesday evening. Oh, my goodness. Let's move on. They're just trying to buy time. It's ridiculous. It's melodrama. Let's stop this, said Green lawmaker Sandrine Rousseau. Trust is broken, said Agnes Evren, a senator and spokesperson for the Les Républicains, a party that's been part of the government. Never before has a French president appeared so isolated and so embattled with no good card to play, and rarely have the stakes been so high for France's economy and the European Union's. Well, France is a disaster, and it's because of Macron and his cronies. He needs a sombrero. That's funny. Ay. Oh, my goodness. Liberals love to redefine word means. They do, Philip. They love to. It's not a used car. It's a previously owned automobile. Dogzilla says maybe it'll be easier to make the migrants legal. Well, why don't by that logic, Dogzilla, why don't we give parades for pedophiles and for rapists? Why not just make them legal too? Why not do that for them? And for the 6 billion other people that want to flood into this country and destroy it. Yeah, Dogzilla needs a sombrero. Does he work for the New York Times? Ay, vaya con Dios, Marios. Anyway, Donald Trump says he is open to health care deal, but government must reopen first. See, look at that, Dogzilla. Donald Trump says he'll talk about health care, but the Democrats won't do it. President Trump cracked the door with negotiations with Democrats on health care subsidies that they've made central to their fight, then abruptly closed it, leaving two sides once again in seemingly intractable position. Making criminals legal is insane. Well, that's what Dogzilla wants to do, Phoenix. I'm just going along with what Dogzilla's asking for. Dogzilla has said we should make criminals legal. So we should make them legal. Well, how is that insane? What is wrong with migrants we have? Decent people. No, they're not. No. See, that's bullshit. See. So, listen, this is fantastic. Thank you for being here tonight, Dogzilla, with your nonsensical garbage. It's fun. Thank you. I'm having a good time. So, it doesn't matter what rate criminal alien invaders commit crimes at, because they committed a felony by entering the country. So by definition, they're all criminals. So get the out. Number one. Number two, it doesn't matter if there are 10 million criminal alien invaders in this country, not migrants. If they commit one crime that harms an American, it's too many. Do you know why? Because they're not supposed to be here. Who cares what the rate is, whether it's higher or equal or lower? That's not germane. The woman in Frederick is still dead. The woman in Bel Air is still dead. The student in Georgia is still dead. Raped and murdered. Mother of 4. Still gone. Who cares, Dogzilla, about what the rate is? It never would have happened if the scumbags hadn't been here. Never would have happened if the scumbags hadn't been here. An Arctic makes the obvious statement. So, Dogzilla, you had to go through a legal process to get into the USA, but everyone else can just walk in? Good point. And then, of course, Jeremy in Indonesia asked the question, gee, I wonder if Dogzilla actually is legal. Good question. Cycling Journey says, I'm shocked at how many of the younger majority group are anti-Semitic. So, well, I'm shocked how many anti-Semites there are in America, Jew haters. It's shocking. Liberals are always in front of the parade crusading for human rights, but they don't believe man has any value. No, they don't. They happily murder a child in the womb and then scream about the death penalty. Oh, it's wrong to murder rapists and murderers. It's not murder. It's capital punishment. But you can just terminate the life of a child without its consent. What about September 11th, Holden? So Trump has offered to talk about health care subsidies. The Democrats don't want to do it. We have a negotiation going right now with the Democrats that could lead to very good things. And I'm talking about good things with regard to health care. Happy to work with Democrats on their failed health care policies. Good statement. Yep. Aye. Chucky Schumer lies to the public. Surprise, surprise. Schumer denies bipartisan health care talks after Trump's Oval Office claim. Senate Minority Leader Chucky the Crypt Keeper Schumer said Monday there are no pending bipartisan talks over expiring health care insurance subsidies, despite a claim from President Trump. See, let's clarify Dogzilla. Dogzilla says Donald Trump is cutting health care. That's an outright lie. Congress passed this corrupt bill usurping the medical insurance industry with a sunset clause. The sunset clause is now. That's not Donald Trump. That's not Donald Trump. Oh, Dogzilla, you're born here. But why do you keep saying you're South African? Did we misunderstand you? Maybe we misunderstood you. You keep saying you're South African. And that you knew Ebenezer Beth, went to school with him or something like that, or your father did. Maybe we misunderstood you. But if you were born here and you don't understand how civics works, that speaks volumes about what's wrong with this country. It speaks volumes that you don't know that the president doesn't write laws, that the president can veto laws. You think the president doesn't have the right to do that. He does. Even doofus senile Joe Biden can veto laws. That's the authority they're given under this gorgeous document known as the American Constitution. Schumer said in a statement that Trump's claim isn't true, but if he's finally ready to work with Democrats, we'll be at the table. We're not ready. We're not ready. We want to see you all burn in hell at the ballot box in November next year and lose. Exactly, Philip Holtz. These people are so lovely and wonderful. Why do they have to slip into this American country illegally? If they're all good people, why did they have to illegally enter our country? Why didn't they just show up at the border and come in? Why didn't they just apply to immigrate here? Oh, so you did grow up in South Africa, Dogzilla, but you're an American citizen. Okay, thank you. That clarifies things. So you're an American by birth, but you grew up, you maturated in South Africa. Okay, hence the affinity with South Africa. Now it makes sense. Thank you for sharing. But it's confusing because you gave us part of the story, and we're trying to piece together. All right. But it's disturbing that you don't understand civics. I suppose because you missed civics class. Civics is taught in junior high school. But when I went to high school, you had to have American government as a senior. You had to have civics in 7th or 8th grade, usually 8th grade. So if you came back when you're 15, you would have missed civics. But what pathetic high school did you go to that didn't teach American government in high school? That's pretty sad. Yes, Dogzilla is caught up in mainstream media's propaganda. You see, the law is expiring, and he's blaming Trump for cuts. Trump is not cutting anything. Not cutting anything. That's just the law. Well, Treasury's defending this odd situation where they want to make a commemorative $1 coin for President Trump, which I found odd too. Look, and I'll be clear about this. I found it very disgusting that South Africa put Nelson Mandela on their currency when he was alive. That's hero worship. I found it very odd. And the same thing here. Putting Donald Trump on a U.S. coin is hero worship. I'm not a fan of it. Not a fan of it. The Treasury Department said the 2020 collectible coinage law allows a living person to appear on U.S. currency. Trump administration on Monday defended its plan to mint a $1 coin bearing the image of the president, despite the fact that the 1866 law dictates that only the deceased can appear on U.S. currency. Initial designs for the coins released by U.S. Treasurer last week stirred controversy and accusations that the Trump administration was violating the law so that Mr. Trump could honor himself by putting his face on a coin. The 1866 law enshrined a tradition that individuals could appear on U.S. currency only posthumously to avoid the appearance that America was a monarchy. Well, see, there you go. But in a post on Monday, the Treasury Department said that featuring Mr. Trump on a coin in celebration of the nation's 250th birthday was authorized under the Circulating Collectible Coin Redesign Act of 2020. Quoting from legislation, noted the Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent was exercising authorities to issue coinage with designs emblematic of the United States sesquicentennial, and that the proposed images reflect Mr. Trump and his vision for America. On this momentous anniversary, there's no profile more emblematic for the front of this coin than their serving president, the Treasury Department said. The 2020 law does appear to put restrictions on image on the tail side of coins. It states that no heads and shoulders, a portrait, or bust of person every dead, no person may be included on the design or reverse of specified coins. The coin will be legal tender and go into circulation in 2026. Interesting. Interesting. I don't think it's a good idea. But anyway. No, people don't hate immigrants, Joy from Mike. We don't. It's a country of immigrants. But we like people who come here legally. There's also an absorption capacity. We can only absorb so many people here legally without putting stress on social services, hospitals, highways, water, power consumption, housing. We are under no obligation to bankrupt ourselves building housing for the world's poor. That's not our job. ICE is offering minors $2,000 self-deport. Excuse me. Bush tried the same thing. We'll save who? Save who? What are you talking about? Holden. Hey, Estelle, how's it going? Good evening to you. Good evening to you. How's it going, Estelle? Are you well? Are you well? Which one of these is it? I think it's this one.
Stupid people should wear signs, neon bright, so we can find a way to dodge their tangled mess, avoid their chaos more, say
less.
Wear a sign, wear a sign. Save me from your twisted line. Wear a sign, wear a sign. Nada, nada, don't waste your time. Politicians dance and spin, blatant lies with a practiced grin. Blame the moon, blame the stars, blame the traffic or faulty cars. You think they're 6, not 35, playing games to stay alive. Wear a sign, wear a sign. Save me from your twisted line. Wear a sign, wear a sign. Nada, nada, don't waste your time. Celebrities with tails so tall, lost my yacht, it's so small. It's hard being rich, don't you see? You're living in your fantasy.
Like a boss studio. Why is it time for me to turn into pumpkin, man? I work all hours of the day. Signs won't help, Chris. Chris, you got all kinds of challenges, my friend. Life is rough, man. Life is rough. You like that one, Shannon. I like that one too. You should have seen the video at the beginning. It's on the channel. YouTube hiding stuff. Go look for it on the channel under videos. You'll find it's the latest video released. Yeah, I do have a Boise sign. There you go. Boise State Broncos. That's right, man. Well, if you want to feel bad for the American economy, there's one place where things really are really bad. And it's self-inflicted wound. And that is Las Vegas, where they've been cheating people. Oh, no, like a boss. No, I've been mixing it up lately. Late night is different. Frick says, sorry to say, but it appears as if some people only open their eyes after they almost lost their lives in the hands of criminals. Well, and after they've been sexually violated or beaten and blinded or disfigured. Yeah. No, that's when some people wake up to reality. It's an evil world full of evil, psychopathic people. And most people aren't that way, but there's too many of them like that. And when there's no rule of law, like South Africa, everyone's a target. I mean, the ex-wife of the former president of the republic was raped and murdered in her home. That just doesn't happen anywhere in the world. Anywhere. Not since the days of Genghis Khan. You don't just take the former president's wife, rape her, and murder her in her home. It doesn't happen. It happens in South Africa. Where but South Africa would someone take a master's student who donated her time without pay to help colored women overcome domestic violence, and then she's attacked because she's blonde and has blue eyes and beaten to death with cinder blocks. And then her murderers are given freedom by the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Where else but in South Africa? I gambled on Trump in 2016. I voted for him. Sorry to say, but it appears as if... Okay, I already read that. So, if you want to feel bad for place, feel bad for people in Las Vegas. Things are looking very grim. I've been talking about Las Vegas for a few months now about how the economy's had a big downturn because they've milked the golden calf and they've wasted so much. Unemployed Las Vegas residents are now selling blood plasma to make money as the rip-off city's jobs market tanks amid an ongoing tourism slump. Isaiah Thompson and Sean Heron, two friends from Sin City, are among those who have been struggling to make ends meet as Las Vegas faced a loss of 4,300 jobs in August compared to the prior month. Thompson told the Las Vegas Review-Journal that while looking for a job over the past few months, he's been sending out at least 20 applications per day. Heron shared a similarly grueling experience of applying for more than 100 jobs before he finally landed a warehouse gig. In the meantime, two of them were selling plasma to get by. Thompson estimated he could make upwards of $800 per month that way, which he used to pay his rent. Thompson said Las Vegas job market was strong 3 or 4 years ago and it was easy to find a job, but today the job market is honestly terrible. Once it's gone, it's hard to find another job. Las Vegas has been struggling as tourists have been coming to the city in fewer numbers, causing negative ripple effect to the rest of Nevada's economy, which relies heavily on tourism. And you can see that. Look at that. That's prime time and nobody in there gambling. Tourists are giving Vegas the cold shoulder over soaring prices for hotels, food, drinks, and casinos that many have branded extortionate. They are. They are extortionate. And they've relied heavily on visitors from Canada. And the Canadians are being shitheads about coming to America, so they're not coming to Vegas, so screw them. But yeah, Vegas is such a ripoff in so many ways. It's not a bargain anymore. It stopped being a bargain some time ago. Many visitors from Canada, a market which is particularly important, are staying away after boycotting the U.S. over President Trump's threats to make their country fit for a state. In 2024, tourism contributed nearly $100 billion to Nevada's economy, supporting about a quarter of the state. So, okay, hang on a second here. Las Vegas, Nevada, $100 billion. That is 25% of South Africa's entire GDP. One city in America. Okay? So let me put this in perspective about how people talk about how important South Africa is. Boss Luis, thank you for the 14 Rand super chat. Thank you so much. $100 billion contribute to the economy from Las Vegas. One city has 25% of the GDP output of the entire country of South Africa. So when the number of tourists to Vegas slipped 7.8% this year in the period of January through August when compared to the same period last year, all the state's industries and state's job market felt the hit. In August, Nevada lost 4,400 construction jobs month over month, which is the worst construction job loss in the country by raw number and percent. The real estate industry in the state's second largest economic engine after tourism and hospitality. Sales at food and beverage outlets in Clark County, where Vegas is located, slipped 2% between June of this year and last year when compared with the same period of the 12-month stretch. That may not seem like a lot, but it represented a loss of $256.5 million in sales. Nevada's private sector had a total loss of 6,000 jobs between July and August. Nevada's August unemployment rate was 5.6%, was the fourth worst in the country among metropolitan areas with less than 1 million people. 5.6%. Boy, South Africans would kill to have a 5.6% unemployment rate. Year over year, Nevada lost 1,303 jobs in August, which is statistically insignificant and represents 0% change in the state's total. The overall labor market is largely stationary. Fewer people have been quitting their jobs and layoffs have been increasing. Yeah, although the unemployment situation in Nevada is particularly grim, the state's situation is reflective of a broader trend across the U.S. I'm sorry. 5.3% unemployment is not grim. When I graduated high school, unemployment rate in my county was 26.5%. 26.5%. That's the job market I entered. And they're whining about a 5.3% cut job unemployment rate. Spare me. I don't have much empathy for that nonsense. Normal is walking down the street and having random people swing knob carries in your general direction and sing Malema's song. Yeah, wow, that's crazy like a boss. Two comments out. Who's afraid of being attacked out of the USA when they're putting out their refuse? We were warned by security WhatsApp groups about increasing tax on bin days. Yeah, exactly. No, I don't worry about that. All my cows should wear signs. Money to waste is running dry. Rising crime, city again. The reason why city cows deteriorate. Cows in the Netherlands look stupid, quaint at a gate with no fences due to water-filled ditches that do the job. Yeah. Hip hop spinnacup, says Jeremy. Right. All right. So cool. There you go, folks. So that's the stuff I wanted to share with you tonight. That's interesting. Lombard Spa, they have a WhatsApp group telling people where rubbish truck is, so people only put it out when the truck is there, street or close. Wow. U.S. unemployment, good grief. Last week, the stats came out, too many jobs, too few people to fill them. Yeah. Yeah, but they're saying it's brutal, 5.3% unemployment. No, it's not brutal. People are living in a dream world who say that. That is not the reality. That is not the reality. Yep. That is not the reality. That is not. Texas National Guard, Chicago news. Trump is putting his troops into Chicago, my kind of town. Not my kind of town. The Washington Post said that Trump's use of Guard may have lasting impact on cities and troops. Really? How so? Historians and experts say the Trump administration's efforts to deploy National Guard troops across the country could affect troop readiness, training, and morale. Yeah, it will improve readiness because they're actually doing something. President Donald Trump taking National Guard deployments in unprecedented territory, seeking to send troops to multiple U.S. cities despite strong opposition. Since June, the Trump administration has sent or pledged to send troops to more than half a dozen American cities, all led by Democrats, including L.A., D.C., and Memphis. The administration has argued that military forces need to address crime in these cities and back up federal agents charged with enacting Trump's aggressive push to deport suspected undocumented immigrants, criminal alien invaders. My goodness, stop with this undocumented nonsense. Democratic leaders accuse Trump and his aides of falsely portraying their cities as unruly war zones. I'm sorry. 18 people murdered over a weekend in Chicago. I'd call that a war zone. So JB Never Passed Up a Donut Pritzker said that we must start calling what is this Trump's invasion. That Tubalard billionaire needs to sit down. I mean, he's so fat, his cheeks have fat on top of the fat. What a ridiculous clown. What a ridiculous clown. What an absolutely ridiculous clown. This is a perfectly legal use of troops. Yep. And the Washington Post will do whatever they can to lie about what's going on. They're so shameful. Ooh. Andre Pollard will be back with the Bulls. Yep. It'll be 5 Springboks coming back to the Bulls, and they need them just in time for the road. Andre Pollard, Vilcolo, Marco van Staden, Kanan Moody, and Jan-Hendrik Wessels are in Johan Ackerman's traveling squad for 3 matches on the road. Pretoria outfit will have 13 Springboks in the ranks, although flanker Marcel Coetzee has not been included due to concussion protocols. Shame. I wonder why he went out of the game. Huh. So that looks good for them. So the touring squad for the Bulls are Shaquani, Moody, Cheswell Justa, don't know who that is, Cobus Visa, David Creel, Devin Williams, Ambrose Papier, Francois Kloppers, Gerhard Steenkamp, Andre Pollard, Harold Forster, Jan Hendrik Vesels, Jan Serfontein, yes, John Elsa, Jean-Andre Rudolph, J.J. Thron, Johan Grubla, Johan Gussen. Gussen's back. We thought his career was over, that wicked injury last year. Keegan Johannes, Marco van Staden, Mornay Smith, Pilo Gumeda, N.J. van Rensburg, Namachaba, Paul de Vet, Reinhard Ludwig, Sebastian de Klerk, Stravino Jacobs, Vilko Lowe, Willy LaRue, and Zach Berger. Not traveling are Etienne Yannicke, Mbele, Kutum Kunu, Sinzu Manjezi, Jacobus Robilar, Kurtley Arense, he's not fit, Stedman Hans, and Sergio Peterson. The only one I'm worried about there is Kurtley Arense. I'd love to see him back. So on the 10th of October, that's this weekend, they're playing Ulster. I'll be covering that. That's South Africa time on Friday. That's 8 o'clock, so it's going to be 2 o'clock here. And then on the 17th, they play Connacht. And then on the 24th, they play Glasgow. So I'm going to miss one of those games. I'm not sure which one. I think it might be the 24th against Glasgow because I'll be working. Might be able to make it back. I'm not sure. I'll see. Why is the Daily Maverick not loading? Oh, there it goes. Huh. Now, so there is a trend here amongst the legacy fake stream media to undermine the legitimacy of social media. They don't really do this. Social media does a fine job undermining its own legitimacy. But there's a concerted effort here by Cockprot24 and now by the Daily Maverick to undermine social media, running stories about it. Kurt Darren nearly got it right. Hip hop. Yeah. Okay, what else? CW sent an email update on the situation yesterday. They mentioned everything you discussed in the shutdown, cap, and who's working, who's not. Yep. Okay, well, cool. Well, I'm glad they sent it yesterday. I've told people before the year even ended, the fiscal year ended, what was going to happen, and I've told them every day since then. So nice of them to catch up. The forgotten ones, well, we haven't forgotten you. Welcome back. Trump wants to get rid of millions of friendly workers. Oh, yeah, he does. We don't like criminals in our midst, Dogzilla. Don't like criminals in our midst. Bringing infectious disease into our country, undermining our cultural values, speaking foreign languages, and then trying to force us to do things, voting illegally. Yeah, we don't want these friendly workers. They're criminals. If your first act is a violent felony to come into this country, then you're not a friendly worker. Nice try, Dogzilla. You're delusional. You're not well. And Nigeria is kicking out illegal aliens. It was in the news today. I covered it. South Africa is kicking out illegal aliens, but we're not allowed to kick out illegal aliens? Why do we have to house these criminals? We don't need them, Dogzilla. See, I dealt with this nonsense before. I dealt with this as a graduate student in one of my graduate programs, my second graduate program when I was going to school at Troy University, a remote course. And some idiot in a master's program wrote, oh, we need illegal aliens because Americans won't do the jobs. We need illegal aliens to pick our raspberries and strawberries. And so my response, which my analyst at the Defense Intelligence Agency, when I showed him my email, one of them wrote on their classic Wyattisms. And I said, so you think it's okay for people to exploit illegal aliens who don't have status by paying them a below living wage, which is more than enough money for them because they live in crappy places, unsafe places, and they send the money back to their homes, exporting our economy back to their economy. It's okay to use the soft bigotry of exploitation because they're illegal. That's what the left thinks is cool. They think it's cool. It's cool to take advantage of these people. They lower our wages and they compete in the market. And who are the people most directly harmed by these undocumented illegal aliens? Blacks and Hispanics. They take jobs from blacks and Hispanics, primarily. Dreamliner says, I'm working here legally. I came in legally every year, so they can well. Exactly. I have lived in 16 foreign countries. I have entered and exited every country legally. I have adhered to the social mores, norms, and laws of those countries. When I lived in a predominantly Muslim country, I respected the traditions of the Eid al-Fitr and of also Ramadan. I even fasted during Ramadan as a show of solidarity with my classmates. So I don't want to hear this nonsense that people can just illegally violate our borders. That's utter nonsense. Ingrid, what's going on? He does understand the word, Gordon. He's trying to stir the pot. That's all. They drive down the wages and they make workplace unsafe. So when I lived in Maryland 20 years ago, illegal aliens were on all the job sites because ICE wasn't doing its job. It wasn't ICE then. It was, what was it called? Customs and something else. They were called something else. Anyway, they weren't doing their job. They just let illegals in the country. They didn't really hunt them down. So you go on a job site and the electricians, the plumbers, the masons, the carpenters, none of them are qualified. You see, in America, most states have requirements. You have to have requirements to be a qualified HVAC technician, to be an electrician, to be a plumber. You can't just become one because you want to. You can't just grab a hammer and a wrench. I'm a plumber. No, you have to be certified. None of them are certified. None of them are legal. None of them know what the fuck they're doing. And they were building $500,000 and $700,000, $800,000 houses. People are buying these houses made by shitty labor that didn't know what it was doing. Faulty wiring, poorly constructed houses. And I can prove it here. Part of my house is built by illegal aliens, and I can see the shitty work done here. I mean, these people have no common sense when it comes to woodwork. My external light never hooked up properly. My garage shorts in. I had to fix that myself. My cable system, how do you screw up a cable system, was wired completely backwards. Incorrect. I had nothing but static on my cable. My cable was horrible. I had to get the cable company to fix it. My roof, the weather vane, the trim on the roof blew off because it was not hammered down properly. It cost me $500 to repair it. Illegal aliens, unqualified. So I don't want to hear this nonsense. Dogzilla, you're living in a fantasy world. You're living in a fantasy world, buddy. Minimum wages that apply. How do you pay minimum wage if somebody doesn't have a Social Security number? How do you pay minimum wage if somebody doesn't have a Social Security number? Not to mention all the illegal aliens who steal Social Security numbers. Yeah. They steal identities and they commit crimes, and the legal people get pulled over for something like a turn signal out and wind up in jail for charged with rape. Tell me it hasn't happened. It happened in Florida several times. I'm aware of it. Yeah, I think somebody is sniffing their own farts. Anyway. Yeah, no, it's people are delusional, man. Absolutely delusional. Anyway. So we need a lighter moment here, folks. We need a lighter moment here. And what are we going to do? What's the lighter moment going to be? Hang on a second. We'll pick one here. I got some favorites. I like the voices in my head. That one's pretty funny. But some people might take that the wrong way. Do penguins have knees? No, I'm not going to do that one. Okay, what else? Let's keep going here. Pala Pala Nights. I don't want to do Pala Pala Nights. And Elite Control. Let's see. I think I know which one I'm going to go with. Footsec Yardbirds. That one's kind of fun. Let's try that. We haven't heard that one. That's 4 minutes long. It's kind of long. I don't want to do a long one for 4 minutes. People think we're ending. We're not ending. Oh, there you go. Here's the one I like.
Stay off
My lawn.
It's
not a campsite. No FEMA tents, no late night fights, no refugees, no wild parties.
This castle's mine, no renegades. Hit the road, Jack, don't spin me
tales.
Your liberty's lost like rusty nails.
Stay off my lawn. Keep it moving, keep it gone. No flags, no biltong. No fires, no songs. Sorry, not sorry. Stay off my lawn.
Keep it moving, keep it gone. No flags, no
Biltong. No fires, no songs. Sorry, not sorry. Stay off my lawn.
Sorry, not sorry. Stay off my lawn. Drying laundry on my hedge fence.
Drawing crowds with your nonsense.
This ain't a my domain.
Take your drama down the road.
Pitch a tent where the shadows fall. Not on my grass, not by my wall. No soapbox speeches, no rally calls. This yard's a fortress you can't install. Stay
Off my lawn. Keep it moving, keep it gone. No flags, no biltong. No fires, no song. Sorry, not sorry, stay off my lawn.
Keep it moving, keep it gone. No flags, no biltong. No fires, no song. Sorry, not sorry, stay off my lawn.
My lawn.
My lawn. Sorry, not sorry, stay off my lawn. My lawn.
Get off my lawn. No FEMA tents. No biltong. You're probably right, Jeremy. Stay off my lawn. Keep it moving, keep it gone. No flags, no biltong. No fires, no songs. Sorry, not sorry, stay off my lawn. Keep it moving, keep it gone. No flags, no biltong. No fires, no song. Sorry, not sorry, stay off my lawn. My lawn. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Off my lawn, my lawn.
Stay off my lawn. I still love that one. That's still an awesome one. I love it. 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 It's a good one. Love it. I love it. Love it. Anyway, I thought we'd share that with you. So we took a little break there from the monotony of what's going on. Don't want the Colonel's blood pressure to rise with that interview. You and your lawn. What if we bring some lekker dwarvus? Okay, Ingrid, lekker dwarvus, Amarula, maybe some Burmeises. We can talk. We can talk. We can talk. Oh my goodness. I haven't played this in a long time. Is it good or no? Let me see. Couch Money Chronicles. Return of the Bugger Off Bunny. Not Just Your Oyster. Weekend Girl. I haven't played that one in a while either. Skeeter Season. That one's a funny one. I enjoyed that one. Best Decade Ever. I like that one. That came out pretty well. The 80s. The best decade ever. Crying Shame. I can't remember what that one was. What's that one? Load shedding.
Load shedding nights, candles glow. No fridge, no heat, no TV show. The silence hums a bitter tone. We're stranded here, left on our own. Who flipped the switch? Who let it die? Who sold the dream? Who told a lie? It's a crying shame. No electricity. They dive, they sting, they leave a show, a wilted map where love won't grow. I slap the air, they laugh and flee. A battle lost eternally. Skin season can't escape the tiny thieves in a Cape crusade. Smack 'em down, they rise again. Drain me dry, I can't defend. Skin season, endless war. Close the windows, lock the door. Citronella's burning bright, a feeble shield in this fight.
Skeeter season. Zuid-Afrika.
Zuid-Afrika, mijn geboorteplek, mijn toeiste van zeepunt tot Margate. En punten tussenin, ons is liever ons prachtige thee. Waar ons harten volwassen geword heeft, maar tijd in ons gedraaid. En de stad om te gaan. Zuid-Afrika, mijn geboorteplek, mijn thuisse van zeepunt tot Margate. En punten tussenin, ons is liever ons prachtige thee. Waar ons harten volwassen geword heeft, maar tijd in ons gedraaid. En de stad om te gaan.
That was my first trying to use Afrikaans lyrics. That was a while back. That one went okay. Tijd om te gaan. It is, yes. Tijd om te trek.
Still your needle is stuck in the groove. Round and round, but you never move. Promises echo like a hollow tune. Under the sun, but we can't see noon.
Stuck in the Groove. No, it's not a radio show. I want to get away from the conversation. But y'all still chatting about that stuff. Yes. Yes, there's more work than workers. A sign of a healthy economy. Get It Together. Oh, you like that one, huh? That's a rock song. Yeah. Get It Together. Where is Get It Together? Let me see if I can search Get It Together. There it is. Get It Together. I haven't played that in a while. That's because I'm not a big fan of it. Ja, Tide te gaan net jammer de boggers mine. Martin Funderbeck, that's good. Chased away about 20 people. Shame. Well, this one was asked for, so I'm going to play it. It's by request here on DJ Silver Eagle. It's Get It Together. This is a rock anthem.
Future's calling, but it don't come cheap. Let's get it together. Rise up and fight. Through the dark days, we'll find the light. South Africa bleeding, but we're still strong. We'll turn this pain into a battle song. Jobs are gone like smoke in the breeze. Leaders talk, but they don't appease. The people wait while the powers stall. How long till we break or stand tall? Let's get it together. Rise up and fight. Through the dark days, we'll find the light. South Africa bleeding, but we're still strong. We'll turn this pain into a battle song. Briggs can't bind us, nor tariffs cage. We're a wildfire in a burning age. The ain't seen others, but we'll ignite. We'll take the reins and set it right. Let's get it together. Rise up and fight. Through the dark days, we'll find the light. South Africa bleeding, but we're still strong. We'll turn this pain into a battle song.
There you go. Let's Get It Together. That's been a while since that one came out. So, yeah. We had a lot of excitement. Hey, Philip Holtz did 140 Rand Super Chat. Thank you for making it rain there. Appreciate that. Yes, I did load that song about Wear a Sign onto my distributor's server earlier this evening, so it should appear on Spotify, Weezer, and other channels, Apple, iTunes, and Amazon, and YouTube in short order. Let me take a look at my YouTube channel for music, the one that they create. This isn't one I create, so DJ Silver Eagle. There we go. Topic. There you go. DJ Silver Eagle. Okay. 211 subscribers. It's not great. Not bad. 70 videos. 70 songs got loaded up on there. Well, that one's already on there. Where Are Your Signs already on there, folks. Check it out. This is already on there. It's loaded up already. So that's the one. It's already loaded right there. That's on that channel. It's also on my channel, so you can watch either way. Grass is Greener is up there. Cyril's Coming to Town. English Pride. I like the English Pride one. Let's play that one. Charlie Stands On. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, there you go. You all. So there you go. Look at that. Quite a few. 70 different songs up there. Sydney's jeans. Yep. Channel stats. Let me see what this says. Anyway, yeah, so that stuff's coming up. Apply for any job I can get. 30 years land survey, draftsman, in-house qualifications. Huh. Ah, Dogzilla, you come from the company that brought us crashing 737 Maxes. Yeah, killed all those Ethiopians. Yeah, I know that company. Yeah, the company where windows blow off of planes. Yeah, used to love Boeing, but they have been run by idiots for the past decade. They squandered their big lead over Airbus. Of course, to be fair, Airbus is subsidized by European companies, so they have the ability to make mistakes in design and then recover from it because they're not squandering any capital. It's the taxpayers' capital, so it's unfair. Yep. Fantasize about Mexico. Wow, man, you can have Mexico. I've been there. It's a sucky place. Didn't enjoy it at all. Didn't enjoy Mexico at all. Anyway, just looking at something here real quick. It wasn't there. Now a happy camper. Oh, now you're a happy camper. Hey, Wade, what's going on? Welcome to you. All right, guys, it has been an hour and a half. Somebody said when you play the music, usually that's the end, but that wasn't the plan earlier. But we've reached that stage now. I need to get some rest. Got an interview in the morning with a refugee who came to America. And not Thea, not Willem and Kara, not Charles, and not Earl Langton. Somebody new. I also did the interview with Santana Hurley back in the day. So I've done a lot of interviews. So of the original 59, I've now seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus I don't know, I've seen about 15 of the original 59 in person now. And IT, all right, cool. Well, they were Dogzilla. Boeing was an amazing company for decades, but it had poor leadership and lost its way in recent years, and as a consequence, people have lost their lives. Their quality control went to shit, and it's cost the company dearly. Many of us who had Boeing stock sold it off, and we were smart to sell it off when we did. Current, so you haven't got a notification of the video? Seriously? See, that's the problem. YouTube hides stuff, man. It's sad. So the interview is scheduled for 10 o'clock my time, which would be 4 o'clock South Africa's time. So yeah, here's the link to it. See, this is what happens. People are tuning in for my night show because they know when it's on, but they don't even get notified of this, which was posted hours ago. That's the link for tomorrow's interview. So, I hope it goes well too, Jules. Thank you for that. Why would I want to interview someone that's not relevant? Someone's just going to be antagonistic. Nope. Anyway, guys, have a good night. I'm going to pop on the TV and fall asleep. Maybe watch some Are You Being Served? Or the IT crowd. Yes, Philip, that's what people need to do. Yeah, not seen the notice. So there you go, guys. Well, Dogzilla, for those who know that my beard was down to my navel after 18 months. People marveling, how long did it take you to grow the beard? 18 months. It was actually 17 months. Like 17 months. Yeah, 17 months. Yep. But I keep it shorter now because they're too often mistaken for homeless people. Yes, Apollo went to the moon. Well, Apollo went to the moon with less tech than I have my Samsung S21 Ultra right here. It's amazing. But it was only possible because of black women. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't for the black women. We'd never been able to pull it off. Hidden faces. Remember that? All right, guys, that's going to do it. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. And cheers. Thanks for the super chat. For the likes, we got 163 likes right now. That's pretty cool. 750 people tuned in tonight. It's better than last night. Cool beans. Have a good night, guys. Cheers. Bye-bye.